Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll talk to you about the main reason why the unemployment benefit system in our country is broken and what you should do about it. I'm going to give you some basic, some honest truths, and I'm not going to withhold anything from you. Now, I want my viewers and subscribers to know I've done many videos on unemployment benefits, on trying to manage your money, specifically the Financial Freedom series. I've done videos on new career opportunities. So please check out all the different playlists on our channel, because there's a ton of information that you'll find on our channel that is extremely beneficial, that is essentially evergreen. You could watch many of our videos 6 months or a year from now and they'll still be valuable. So please take some time, set aside some time, watch the videos. If you're running short on time, watch the videos, at a slightly faster speed. Just make sure you consume the content, because you'll get a lot of value out of all the information that we've put on our channel. Go through the comments, because when you go through the comments, you learn from other members of our community. Our community is growing very rapidly. So let me jump right in. The unemployment benefit system in our country was set up in the 1930s. So you have a system that was set up almost 90 years ago. And keep in mind that America is the home of Facebook, Google, Amazon, Netflix, companies like Oracle, IBM, Walmart. And our unemployment benefit system is fragmented, it's scattered, and it is broken. This is ironic considering the fact that the unemployment benefit system is designed to help individuals who need it the most at a time of crisis. So unfortunately, this is the way things are right now. And I'm hoping that once this crisis is over, all the unemployment benefit systems are re-engineered. So I'm going to talk to you about the number one problem with the unemployment benefit system. Like I mentioned, it's been more than 80 years since the system was created. And the idea was to help unemployed Americans when the economy took a downturn, or let's say, there was a natural disaster or or issues that caused individuals to lose their job, to lose their employment through no fault of their own. Unemployment is not designed to help individuals who quit unless they quit for good cause, maybe something related to the pandemic, perhaps something related to sexual harassment. So that is the purpose of unemployment, to help individuals who lost their job or who can no longer work because of no fault of their own. So the basic idea of unemployment insurance is that it is actually good for the economy, because it keeps money flowing through the economy. Not only does it help individuals who need it the most, but it keeps the money flowing, because then the unemployed person can get the money and spend it on rent. Because when you pay rent, not only are you sort of able to make your rent, but then the landlord gets that payment, and that payment goes to the banks, and the payment makes its way through the banking system. It allows you to pay rent, it allows you to put food on the table, it allows you to keep the lights on. So the unemployment benefit system is actually good for the economy. And my belief is that the beneficiaries, the filers, the claimants of the unemployment benefit system are the customers, are the clients of the unemployment benefit system. But because our unemployment benefit system is so broken, the filers, the claimants, the beneficiaries sometimes feel like criminals, because you're waiting indefinitely and you still haven't got your benefits. And it shouldn't be that way. So that is one of the core problems with our system. I'm outside in my patio and this is what sometimes happens. A reimagining of the unemployment benefit system would actually would necessitate that, we meaning, eligible citizens get treated more respectfully, get treated like human beings, get prompt service, get professional, courteous service, get a response whenever we call someone. We need to be treated, like I said, like customers and clients of the system. The idea of the unemployment benefit system is not to give us an unlimited lifeline. It's just to keep us afloat until we can find our next job. The traditional system is designed to pay up to 26 weeks in most states, with everything that went on with the CARES Act that has now been extended. A lot of states are now offering benefits up to 39 weeks. Every state is different. So that is indeed a good thing. But the booster, which was a critical lifeline, as you know, at this point in time doesn't exist, because the $600 a week federal booster expired. And it really was an important lifeline. And it taught us, the $600 a week booster taught us a lot of things. I believe the number one thing that it taught us is that wages have been stuck at low levels for many decades. It's time for wages to increase. It's time for everyone to be able to live the American dream. If you don't know anything about me, check out my video. I personally have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream, and I want to help you live your American dream. Wages have been stuck at a low level for many, many, many years, which is why individuals just can't get to the next level. I've talked about the cycle of poverty. You check out the cycle of, you can see the cycle of poverty in this video. I've talked about the cycle of poverty in other videos, but essentially somebody who's stuck in the cycle of poverty is not able to get to the next level because they are unable to get the right kind of education, they are unable to get the right kind of food, they are not in contact with the right kind of individuals, therefore they don't get the right kind of opportunities. This is very important. One of the reasons I was able to escape the cycle of poverty, if you don't know anything about me, definitely check out my video, you'll understand my rags to riches story. One of the main reasons I was able to escape the cycle of poverty was the individuals around me, the right mentors and the right guides around me. I made it a point to go to workshops, conferences, virtual is what we do now. I made it a point to read books. I made it a point to reach out to individuals and talk to them. That is very, very crucial. So with the cycle of poverty, let's get back to the cycle of poverty on your screen. And you'll see that with the cycle of poverty, because of low education levels, because of not having access to good quality food, not having access to the right kind of mentors, not having access to the right kind of facilities, not having access to the right kind of education, a person is stuck in the cycle of poverty and is simply not able to escape it. And then when you have low wages on top of that, you have essentially a cycle that it is hard to break out of. And in a situation like this that we find ourselves in, the unemployment benefit system, when it is managed correctly, and by the way, I guess I'm being attacked while I'm filming this video, but the unemployment benefit system, the $600 a week booster, essentially showed us what can actually happen when the system gets reimagined. It was a good thing because it allowed individuals to actually get out of debt. It allowed individuals to stay afloat. The consumer debt actually decreased during this pandemic, which is excellent if you think about it. This is the time when the system is supposed to work for the taxpayers who essentially fund the entire economy. I have done another video where I've talked about how the US government gets money and spends money. You guessed it, the US government gets money through your taxes. So let's just jump right back in. If the system is re-engineered, it would pay consistently, it would be less stress for all the eligible beneficiaries, and it would be easier to ramp up at a time of crisis, and it would better serve the modern workforce because we have a modern workforce. When I say the modern workforce, we now live in an environment where we have, Uber, where we have Lyft, and where we have all these gig workers. This is the modern economy. Individuals who are self-employed, individuals who are gig workers, they do, a few jobs here and there in order to make X amount of income, as opposed to working in one place from 9 to 5. So this is the modern workforce because there are constantly people who are essentially jumping from one job to another. The unemployment benefit system natively is not designed to support these kinds of individuals. A system that was built in the 1930s is not going to be able to serve and support and help individuals who are working in the year 2020. It's simply not. And I think that it will and it should be re-engineered. And fundamentally, work has changed in America. Work is actually changing throughout the world, but specifically talking about our country, the unemployment benefit system also needs to change. So I just want to be clear, the unemployment benefit system has never really worked smoothly in our country. And, it always sort of, it went through a lot of bumps. In fact, the first state in the country to essentially establish an unemployment benefits program actually was Wisconsin in 1932, and the federal program became law under the Social Security Act of 1935. That's when the unemployment benefit insurance system became law. And it was set up as sort of a mixture of some contribution from the federal government to pay for the administrative costs and contribution from the state. So it was actually set up sort of as a mishmash, if you will, of solutions. And there was some disagreement over how will the government participate, which branch of the government is going to oversee it. So what happened was there was a lot of concern that the unemployment benefits insurance system could be undone by the Supreme Court. So what they ultimately ended up doing back in those days was that the model would be more sustainable if the federal government handled the administrative costs and the state governments, essentially made the payments. So from the get-go, it was designed in a broken and in a scattered way, and it probably needs to be re-engineered. And again, the point of the unemployment benefit system is to replace income for those individuals who've lost their job through no fault of their own. It's designed to keep the economy going, and it's meant to replace approximately half of a worker's wages for up to 26 weeks. It is intended for those who've, again, involuntarily lost their jobs, meaning that they were laid off and it is not designed for individuals who quit. Now, those who quit their jobs can indeed end up collecting benefits if they can explain that they did so for good cause. Good cause could be because of the pandemic, because of safety reasons, sexual harassment, things like that. You will need to talk to an attorney if you want to get more information about that particular subject. This program is financed through both federal as well as state payroll taxes, and these taxes fund the program itself as well as the administrative benefits associated with those programs. So many states have actually kept these taxes pretty low, resulting in essentially a system that essentially doesn't have any money. It's an underfunded system. And when there are periods of stress, when there are periods of high stress, like the 2020 pandemic, also during the Great Recession, in fact, during the Great Recession, 36 states, okay, we're talking 36 states, had to borrow money from the federal government to continue paying unemployment insurance benefits. Even now, even in this age that we live in, many state governments have actually had to borrow money from the federal government in order to be able to pay. The federal government President Trump introduced the Lost Wages Assistance Program, asking states to chip in an extra $100. Guess what? A majority of states couldn't even chip in the extra $100 to bring the booster to $400 a week. And anyway, that money is over now. So the system fundamentally is broken because you make one mistake and you're stuck in Neverland as far as your benefits are concerned. Here's the problem though. As soon as things get better, as soon as the economy gets better, all of us move on. We get a new job or we get our old job back. Politicians move on and everybody forgets. This is the problem. We cannot move on from something like this because this needs to be fixed. When this is all over, and one day this will all be over, we still need to be able to pressure our local lawmakers to say, hey, we need to fix the unemployment benefits system. Because again, if everyone moves on, politicians move on, the economy gets better, everybody forgets, and the political momentum to fix the problem fades away. We can't let that happen right now. We need to be able to look at the system during good times so that it can help us, so that it can sustain those who need it the most during bad times. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Once again, if you don't know anything about me, check out my video. You learn about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. So please make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications. Speaking of notifications, if you get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You can get added to our SMS list, and you can also get added to our email list if you go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. Now, sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications, so you can bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. This way you can visit our homepage at any point in time and you can watch the videos at your own convenience. You're not dependent on YouTube notifications. Follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. You can get exclusive content specifically on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time, and we release breaking news alerts on Twitter. Once again, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. We are looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. Bye.